Before we dive into an inspiring journey of transformation, growth, and success, let me tell you something exciting. This isn't just a story. It's a moment of opportunity, a chance to grow, not only in mindset but also in language. If you're learning English or want to improve your skills, this story is a fun and natural way to get better. You'll follow one man's journey, feel his struggles, and celebrate his triumphs, all while expanding your vocabulary, enhancing your comprehension, and getting more comfortable with the English language. So let this be a dual-purpose experience. As you read this story, focus on the message, never be a prisoner of your past. And at the same time, pay attention to how English is used, pick up new words, and challenge yourself. You're not just reading. You're growing. Now, let me introduce you to the story of Marcus Stone, a man who turned pain into power and transformed his life by refusing to be defined by his past. Chapter 1. The Chains of Yesterday. Marcus Stone was born in the gritty neighborhoods of East Detroit. His earliest memories were filled with the cold silence of a broken home. His father left when he was 5, and his mother worked 3 jobs just to keep food on the table. Marcus learned early that life wasn't fair. By the age of 12, he had joined a street gang. By 16, he was arrested for the first time. By 18, he had a criminal record, no diploma, and no clear path forward. Most people had already written him off. Teachers, neighbors, even distant relatives, they all believed Marcus was just another statistic. But deep inside, Marcus felt something different. He knew he was capable of more. He just didn't know how to break free from the trap he was in. Every time he looked in the mirror, he saw 2 versions of himself, the one the world saw and the one he dreamed of becoming. Chapter 2. A spark in the darkness. Everything changed one cold November night. Marcus found himself sitting in a county jail cell for a minor offense. He was 21. It was supposed to be a short sentence, but it felt like a lifetime. That night, he met someone who would change his life, an older inmate named Elijah, who had once been a teacher before addiction brought him down. Elijah saw something in Marcus. He began talking to him every day, challenging him to read, to write, to think. "You're not dumb," Elijah said one night. "You're just trapped. But remember this, never be a prisoner of your past." It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. Those words hit Marcus like thunder. For the first time, someone saw his potential without judgment. Chapter 3. Letters to himself. Marcus began writing letters to his future self. Every night, he wrote in a notebook about the man he wanted to become. He wrote about owning a business, helping young people, and traveling the world. He wrote about freedom, not just from prison, but from the mental prison of regret, anger, and low expectations. He started reading books, biographies, self-help, business, and even classic literature. He taught himself grammar and vocabulary by reading newspapers and novels. English, once a subject he hated in school, became his tool for freedom. He also wrote poetry, verses that explored his pain, his dreams, and his identity. These private writings helped him heal old wounds. When his sentence ended, Marcus walked out of that jail with no money, no connections, but a fire inside. Chapter 4. Rebuilding from nothing. Marcus took small jobs, washing dishes, cleaning buildings, working night shifts. He faced rejection constantly. Employers didn't want to hire an ex-convict. Friends from the past tried to pull him back into old habits. But Marcus kept moving forward. He remembered Elijah's words. At night, he studied online. He watched English videos, practiced speaking in the mirror, and joined free workshops at community centers. Eventually, he got a scholarship to attend a local business development program. He wrote his business plan like he wrote those letters in jail, with passion, clarity, and vision. He used what he learned in books and videos to craft something powerful. He also began volunteering at shelters and youth centers, eager to surround himself with positive energy and mentors. His network slowly grew. Chapter 5. The Breakthrough. At 27, Marcus launched his first company, a streetwear brand that blended motivational messages with bold designs. The brand was called Rise Above. His first line of shirts carried the message, "Not a prisoner, a warrior." Social media noticed. His story started gaining attention. People were inspired by the man who had gone from inmate to entrepreneur. Sales grew. Marcus reinvested every dollar back into the business. He began speaking at schools, juvenile centers, and community events. His English, once broken and unsure, was now powerful, clear, and inspiring. People listened. They believed. Because Marcus spoke from experience. He began hosting live talks online where he shared stories, answered questions, and encouraged viewers to pursue education, entrepreneurship, and personal growth. These sessions attracted people from around the world. Chapter 6. Giving back. Marcus never forgot where he came from. He created a mentorship program called Second Chance Rising, aimed at helping formerly incarcerated youth reintegrate into society. He offered internships at his company, English language tutoring, and job training. He partnered with local schools to promote literacy and self-development. His workshops combined motivational speaking with practical English learning. Many young people who had given up on themselves found hope through his story. One student, Jamal, wrote in a testimonial, "Before I met Marcus, I was angry and lost. Now I'm enrolled in college and studying to become a social worker. He didn't just change my life. He gave me the tools to change it myself." Marcus also advocated for prison reform. He spoke to lawmakers about the importance of education in rehabilitation, sharing real stories of transformation. Chapter 7. Global Impact. Today, Marcus is 35. His brand is international. He's been invited to speak in over 20 countries. His TED Talk, From Prison to Purpose, has millions of views. He wrote a best-selling book that has been translated into 5 languages. He launched an online platform called Rise Up Academy, where people from disadvantaged backgrounds can access free courses in English, entrepreneurship, emotional intelligence, and public speaking. Thousands have enrolled. He's been featured in major publications and interviewed on talk shows. Despite the spotlight, Marcus stays grounded. He meditates daily, journals, and continues to read at least 1 book per week. But if you ask him what he's most proud of, he'll tell you, it's not the money. It's not the fame. It's hearing a kid say, "Because of your story, I believe I can change too." That's what matters. Chapter 8. The Power of Language. Marcus often says that learning English was one of the most empowering choices he ever made. It gave me access to new worlds, he explains, books, videos, conversations. Language was my bridge from who I was to who I wanted to be. He encourages his audience to never stop learning. Even if you only learn one new word a day, you're growing. And growth is freedom. Through his academy, he runs an English and storytelling course that combines language learning with personal development. It's been praised for being practical, engaging, and transformational. Marcus believes language is more than communication. It is connection. It connects people from different backgrounds, helps break down stereotypes, and opens doors. Whether speaking on a global stage or mentoring a single student, he credits language for helping him create deep, authentic relationships. He often encourages people to record themselves speaking in English, just like he did years ago. When you hear your own voice grow stronger, your confidence follows, he says. His message is clear. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Chapter 9. The ripple effect. What started as one man's transformation soon became a movement. Graduates of Rise Up Academy have gone on to become teachers, counselors, artists, and entrepreneurs. They in turn mentor others. The ripple effect Marcus created proves that one person's decision to change can spark transformation in hundreds, thousands even. In 2024, Marcus launched the Freedom Voices podcast, where he interviews people who have overcome adversity and used language, mindset, or education to rebuild their lives. The podcast quickly became a top-rated motivational series. In one episode, a former refugee shared how learning English helped him find safety and success in a new country. In another, a single mother talked about escaping domestic abuse, building her confidence through daily affirmations, and eventually launching a nonprofit. Each story reinforced Marcus's belief that every human being has untapped potential, and that unlocking it often begins with belief and expression. Chapter 10. Legacy in Motion. In 2025, Marcus established the Legacy Scholars Fund, a foundation providing microgrants to youth seeking education, artistic projects, or entrepreneurship. The fund emphasizes support for those who have experienced hardship but are ready to rewrite their narratives. The Legacy Scholars are not only financially supported, they also receive mentorship and access to a growing alumni network that spans across continents. Each grant recipient shares a common trait: the courage to rise. Marcus also initiated the Books Behind Bars initiative, donating English language learning materials and motivational books to prisons around the world. Partnering with authors, linguists, and educators, the program now operates in 12 countries and counting. Through documentaries, books, and collaborative art exhibits, Marcus continues to challenge the stigma associated with incarceration. We can't change the past, he says, but we can change the story we tell about it and the one we write next. Conclusion. Your story begins now. Maybe you haven't been to prison. Maybe your prison is a broken relationship, a mistake from the past, a missed opportunity, or fear of failure. Whatever it is, you must remember this: never be a prisoner of your past. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. You have the power to rewrite your story. Like Marcus, you can grow. You can rise. And as you do, let language be your ally. Keep improving your English. Keep reading, speaking, writing. Every step you take builds your confidence, your voice, your future. Start by writing a letter to your future self. What do you want to say to the person you will become in 1 year? 5 years? 10? Let that letter be your roadmap. Reflect on the person you want to become, not just in skills or status, but in values, habits, and impact. Then take the first small step today. Maybe that step is reading more. Maybe it's learning a new word. Maybe it's forgiving yourself. The past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. Stand tall. Speak boldly. And walk into the future you deserve. You are not a prisoner. You are a warrior. And your journey has only just begun.